flag, take off.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started, and we are underway in Southern California. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Joe Tryon there to make the tackle. The Chargers at 9-6 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This thrown quickly onto Cooper. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On 2nd down, Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the Chargers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jet sweep to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, they haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll go again with Gibson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Warner. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our
this is caught at the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. Cook up the gut. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cooper. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 6-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
No gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And when they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's caught, Cooper. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And complete right side to Cook. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. In motion goes the tight end. They run the counter with Cook. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll run with Cook. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll run for it with Cook, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Gibson again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. A quick throw here out to Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 6.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
To the air again, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Let's go!
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Dalvin Cook. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chargers have opened the lead up to 30. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. enough to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, you're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even two steps, to everything they've done. They've got an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And this offense on third down today, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And they will remain well behind. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Draw play. This is Hines. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A carry here for the big tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now, he stepped around one man, but he'll only wind up getting about 1 yard. 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completion left side to Miller. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They run with Hines. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So, for the Chargers,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with one game left to go.